Hello, welcome to Muckman Movies. This is going to be my final video of the year. I hope you all had a great Christmas and met up with your friends and family and drank and ate a lot. But yeah, this is my final video of the year and it's my December pickups. Fortunately, I didn't spend half as much as I did in November and October, so this is a much smaller package. One of my orders from September, pre-order from all the way from Australia, arrived. So I'll be doing a live unboxing with that one from Via Vision. So yes, stay tuned. So since December was the month of Christmas, I felt like I needed to add a few more Christmas films to my collection. There's a couple of noticeable omissions that I've rectified, but I'll start off with this import from Germany because you can't get it in the UK, and that is Fat Man starring Mel Gibson as Santa Claus, a badass Santa Claus. Walter Goggins is the hired hitman to take out Santa because this young boy is basically pissed off with Santa Claus not giving him the toy he wanted. This is a cracker. I really enjoy this. It's an underrated action film set around Christmas. And then I picked up Better Watch Out. I've got this. This is out of print in the UK, so I managed to get this from CEX for around £10, which isn't a bad price considering. Good fun as well. I saw that a couple of years ago. I picked this up for a bargain price of like £8 on eBay. Home Alone, an absolute classic. Didn't get round to watching it this year, but I'm sure next year it'll be in my watch list. It's just one of the best Christmas films of all time. Macaulay Culkin is amazing in it. So I picked up this Muppets box set, and the only way to get hold of Muppets Christmas Carol is through that box set in the UK. You can't buy this separately, so managed to get this. Is I think out of print as well, so correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, but I absolutely love this. This is one of my favourite Christmas films of all time. It's probably my favourite version of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. It's just so much fun. I love that film. So that was all the Christmas films out of the way. I managed to pick up 4 imports on eBay. I've been wanting to watch this one for a while. It's a horror film from South Korea, I think. It's Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. This is supposed to be absolutely terrifying. It's a first-person perspective, similar to like Paranormal Activity, but set in a abandoned, old, creepy asylum. So yeah, I'll be watching that come the new year. I've been wanting to add. I've got the DVD of the first film, but I've not seen the other 2 films in this trilogy. And that's Ong Bak, Tony Jaa, I think it is. He just absolutely kicks ass in the first film. It's absolutely bone crunching and brutal. I've not seen the sequels. Let me know if they're any good in the comments below if you've seen them. But I decided to pick this up because you can't get this in the UK on Blu-ray. Also picked up, this film's been like on my radar for quite a few months this year. I decided to finally pick up Cabaret, a US import. It's been like niggling at me that I should really watch this. It's directed by Bob Fosse. It's supposed to be an absolute classic. Liza Minnelli, I think did she win the Oscar? I think she did for a performance in Cabaret. But yeah, it's been on my watch list for a while, so this has been added to my collection. And then I've been on a bit of a splurge of Body Snatchers films. So I recently bought the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I've already got the remake from 1978 starring Donald Sutherland. That's one of my favourite horrors of all time. And I haven't owned this film since VHS days, so I finally picked up Abel Ferreira's Body Snatchers, set in a American army camp, army barracks, should I say. And yeah, obviously chaos ensues as people are trying to survive. They don't know who's the body snatchers. Yeah, love this one, but I've not seen it probably in about 3 decades, maybe 2 decades, 3 decades. When did this come out? Doesn't say. Oh, 1993. So yeah, I've not seen this probably since about 95. So yeah, I can't wait to rewatch that one. I picked up this South Korean film called Midnight. It's a beautiful slipcover. It's got like a real touchy-feely texture to it. A few people on Instagram had recommended this film, so I decided to pick it up before it became out of print. But yeah, don't know much about it, but I know it's quite terrifying, I think. So yeah, Midnight. So Radiance Films have been knocking it out of the park this year. Probably the most exciting boutique label going this year. Coming out with some obscurities, all very interesting. A lot of films that I'd never even heard of. So it's really good to pick these up. Even if I don't like them, I can sell them on. But it's definitely worth picking them up because they're all like really interesting films, and this probably will be equally as interesting as the previous releases. That's Elegant Beast. This is about the Maeda family who hide behind their modest facade. One by one, those affected by their schemes show up at their door, but each of these visitors has their own duplicitous agenda. So sounds like a bit of an intriguing one. That it's written by one of my favourite Japanese directors, Kaneto Shindo, who directed Onibaba. I love Onibaba, so this is one of the reasons why I picked this up. Onibaba is one of my favourite Asian films of all time. I've been going through quite a few Christopher Nolan purchases this year. Upgraded my Memento, obviously bought Oppenheimer, and bought the recent release of Following, his first feature-length film. But I also, this month, I've upgraded my DVD of Insomnia. Now, can't get this in the UK, so I ended up getting the German release. I've checked to see if there's no forced subs, and there's no forced subs, so when you're watching it in English, there's no German subtitles forced upon you. So yeah, and I got that for like under £5, which was an absolute steal on eBay. I've picked up this month a Steven Spielberg film that I have never seen, and it's one from the 80s as well, and that is The Colour Purple. Now, I really like this slip, but Xavi sort of missold this to me because they had this cover, but it said it was a steel. When you swiped along on the photographs, it showed a steelbook as well, so I assumed that this was the slip and then there was a steelbook underneath, but no, it's just a standard plastic Blu-ray 4K box. I just couldn't be bothered sending it back because I do like the slip actually. It's really nice and glossy. It's got a nice feel to it, and I'll definitely be watching that as soon as possible. I think it's supposed to be quite a tough watch. But yeah. Picked up another Japanese film, The Fall of Eiko Castle. That was right at the beginning of the month. I picked that one up. That's by Kinji Fukasaku, who also did the absolute classic Battle Royale, one of my favourite Japanese films of all time. It's probably in my top 5, is Battle Royale. So this is an early film by him, and hopefully it's just as good. Great cover. I had the urge, after watching In Bruges at the beginning of the month, I had the urge to pick up The Banshees of Inisherin, starring Colin Farrell and Brendan Fraser again, and also directed by Martin McDonagh. That's it, McDonagh. I saw this on streaming. It was absolutely superb. One of my favourite films of last year. And I picked this up for quite a good price. I think it was about £6, so it was definitely worth picking that one up. And another film that was on streaming last year, and it won quite a lot of awards back in February and March, and that is All Quiet on the Western Front. I got this second hand. There's a few bits of damage, like as you can see there. It's like a bit of a indentation on the bottom and top, but it was a decent enough price, so I've kept hold of it. It's a nice digibook with some like paragraphs of text and some imagery. So for I think this was £22, but the retail is £35. So yeah, it was worth picking up and keeping hold of, even for these indentations. So that's the films I purchased in December. But next up, I'll be opening a box that I pre-ordered in, I think it was September, and it arrived on my doorstep last week. So stay tuned for that. So here we go. This is my pre-order from Viavision, which I am opening for the first time. Usually they're all very well packaged. They always arrive in decent condition. So there you go. It's almost like the size of a Blu-ray player box. Let's open this up and see what we've got inside. Well, I should know what I've got inside, but let's see how nice these film packages are. So everything's really well bubble wrapped. Now they had a deal. If you ordered all their December releases, you get a discount, and I think you got free postage as well, because you'd ordered quite a substantial amount. So I picked up The King of the Gypsies. Know nothing about it at all. It's got Sterling Hayden, Shelley Winters, Susan Sarandon, Judd Hirsch, Brooke Shields, Annette O'Toole, Annie Potts, and introducing Eric Roberts. Anyone know about this film? I don't, but it was in the deal. So that was one of the few films that I wasn't overly interested in picking up, but because of the deal, it was just worth including. And there's 2 films in here. They always do a good job with the packaging to make sure their films get to you in good condition. So we have also got Islands in the Stream with George C. Scott. Over the last few years, I've really enjoyed watching a lot of George C. Scott's films. I know nothing about this at all. I'm just trying to see who else is in it. David Hemmings, he's in Peeping Tom, I believe. Gilbert Rowland and Claire Bloom. Let's see, and directed by Franklin J. Schaffner. So yeah, it should be a good one because he's a decent director. I like that cover. I like the slip. Now this is one of the films I definitely wanted to see, and that's Lenny, starring Dustin Hoffman. It's about a comedian. whose groundbreaking, no-holds-barred style and social commentary was often deemed by the establishment as too obscene for the public. So I think this is based on Lenny Bruce. Yeah, it is, yeah, Lenny Bruce. And it's directed, another film directed by Bob Fosse. So I've picked up Cabaret this month, and I've also picked up Lenny. So that was unintentional. Right, here we go. These are the two big box sets. We'll go with this one first. Let's see what we've got in here. I have to get the scissors out again. There's the scissors. And the box set is the Marlon Brando box set, Film Focus. It's a beautiful box set. Let's get this open. I love their design on the box sets with the triangle, which keeps the top in place. There's no other boutique label that does that. So you know when you've got an imprint film from Via Vision. So there you go. So in this box set, but I believe I've got one of these already, so I'll just end up selling that on. So you got Marlon Brando in Sayonara, Marlon Brando and Joanne Woodward in The Fugitive Kind. So this I've already got, and it's a cracker. One-Eyed Jacks. So I'll probably end up getting rid of my other copy since I've got this in the box set. Marlon Brando in The Ugly American. This is another film star that I've barely scratched the surface with, really. I've not seen many of his films. I've seen One-Eyed Jacks, obviously Apocalypse Now. I think I've seen The Wild One, but it was such a long time ago that I can't remember it. Bedtime Story. That got David Niven in it, so that looks like a comedy, to be honest. The funniest story ever put between covers. Right. And then A Countess from Hong Kong, starring Tippi Hedren. So there you have it. So that's that box set. All Marlon Brando. And it should be interesting to go through a bit more of his filmography. We'll put that on the back long way around. So as you can see, all the way around. I think this comes off. It's just a bit of a card stuck on. So that's that box set. And then I think this box set probably interests me a little bit more because he's one of my favourite directors of all time. He's directed some absolute classics, and that is directed by Sidney Lumet. I used to pronounce it Sidney Lumet for a long time, but it's not. It's actually Sidney Lumet because he is American and not French or Italian. So let's open this one up. Again, I've got one of the films in this box set, so I'll probably pass that on. I've actually got the steelbook of one of these films, actually. So I'll just show you what it looks like all the way around. Got a nice gloss finish. Again, they used the V cut out of the top of the box. Should we take this off on this one? Got a big picture of Al Pacino from Serpico. I open these. So you've got Rod Steiger in The Pawnbroker, The Group, which I've never heard of. Who's in this? Candice Bergen, Joan Hackett, Elizabeth Hartman. Never heard of them, but it's directed by Sidney Lumet. So anything directed by him is generally a good film. The Deadly Affair, great cover art on that one. You Only Lose Once. Child's Play, actually. Sorry. Child's Play, You Only Lose Once. Who's in this? James Mason, Beau Bridges, Sean Connery and Trevor Howard in The Offence. That's one of the films I'm really eager to watch. It's supposed to be a cracking film. I think Sean Connery potentially gives one of his best performances as well in that one. And then the classic Al Pacino in Serpico. I love this film. I've watched it probably 3 or 4 times in the last 10 years. It's a cracking cop drama. Really good film. Don't seem to have any special features on there though. A bit of inside cover out on that one. So there you have it. That's all my films of December. Obviously, it's more than I ordered in December because this order from September finally arrived. But yeah, I didn't spend half as much this month. I'd already spent the money on this in September. So let me know if you picked any of these up. Did you pick any of these imprint titles up? Let me know in the comments what you think of my pickups. I love to talk about film. Tell me if some of these are your favourites or you didn't enjoy them. Even if you didn't enjoy them, let me know. So have a happy New Year. I hope your festivities carry on through the night tonight. Don't drink too much. Goodbye.